This demonstration is going to show you how to use the web conferencing tool for Computer Science 1701. So to access it, we log into the course management system the way we normally would, and we load up the course. And at the very top of the course, you're going to see a link called Join Web Conference. Now when we click on this link, it's going to bring us over to another web page called DimDim, and that's the name of the product that we use for our web conferences. It's going to ask you for two different things, a meeting room name and your name. The meeting room name is by default Algoma U, and leave it that way, don't change it. And under your name you can put your name. And then we click on the join button, and it's going to do some very quick checks before it logs in, and it flashed just there for a second, so you probably didn't see it. But if you do have any problems, it's going to tell you what the problems are. Most likely if there's a problem, it's so you don't have Flash installed on your computer, and it'll provide you a link to install that. Other than that, there's no other software you need to install to be able to run this, so it's normally pretty easy to load up. Now when you first log in, it's going to have some different, it says Adobe Flash Player settings, and it's going to ask you if it has permission to access your webcam and your microphone. So we click the Allow button. So now what we can do is when we can talk to different people in the web conference with our microphones and with our webcams. So the first thing you want to notice over here on the left hand side after we log into the system is a list of participants. The instructor, the one who actually holds the web conference, by default the name is Algoma U. So normally this is either going to be myself or one of the TAs for the class logged in as this user here. And then you see underneath a list of participants, which is here's myself, who I just logged in as is Danny Reed. And actually right now I have a laptop sitting beside me, and I'm actually logged in as the instructor Algoma U, so I can play both roles right now. But what you see is a perspective of the student who's logged in. So these boxes normally open here for each user, and just because of the screen resolution on my computer, they're kind of taking up a lot of space, but when you run this on your computer, they shouldn't be taking up that much space. So you can kind of slide them out of the way or over top of each other to get them out of the way. In the middle section here, right now it's showing a whiteboard. So both myself and the instructor can share a whiteboard. So if I wanted to draw something, let's say just grab a pencil here and I can draw a little circle, the instructor also sees it. So on my laptop I see the circle that was just drawn, and now as the instructor I can also take control of the pencil tool and draw another circle. So it doesn't, to you looking at this video, it probably looks like I just drew two circles, but it's really on two different computers I drove those circles. Over here on the right hand side is the public chat. So if you log in and you find that your microphone isn't quite working and the TA can't hear you, or I can't hear you, or vice versa, you can't hear us, you can actually type some text messages into this right hand side here. So I'll type hello to the instructor, and I can type it back. I'm just going to go over on my other computer here, and so we can type back and forth through the public chat. Now there's a couple other features that this allows. You may be using the whiteboard if you want to share some ideas with each other. The system also allows you to share PowerPoint presentations. For this class here, probably won't be sharing too many PowerPoint presentations, but if you're in, say, a lecture class where they want to do a lecture through the system, they could easily do so by distance. So over on my laptop, I'm actually just going to load up a test presentation, and it's just importing it right now into the system. So here's the PowerPoint presentation I've loaded up on the instructor machine, and I could go through the different slides here and talk to the students live if I wanted to do some lectures through the system. But again, this document feature probably won't be used that much for Computer Science 1701 the way it is right now. Now something else unique is I can actually share the computer screen on the instructor machine. So I'm going to click on Share Computer Screen. It's just going to take a second here. Okay, so now in the middle pane here, you can actually see my computer screen that's on my laptop. Maybe a little bit confusing, but once you use the system, you'll see how it works. Now it is a little bit small, so I'm just going to shrink this public chat to make it a little bit larger. Okay, so this is my laptop that I'm running. as the instructor. So if I were the instructor and you were having trouble with the Microsoft Excel problem, I could load up Excel and we both be able to see it, and we can start typing in some information and work through some different problems in here. And let me just make this a little bit bigger here. Okay, so if you were having trouble with your one of your projects, you can actually email it to the TA or email it to myself. I could pull it up, or the TA could pull it up, and you can actually work on it together through the system. So it's kind of neat in that way. Unfortunately, with some systems you can share the mouse, so both of you could be working on it at the same time. The system that we have, only the instructor can take control of the mouse, so you have to work through some problems, using voice as you work on things together. So that in a nutshell is how the web conference system works. You should be trying it out, and you should be trying it out before you have any problems. If it's the day before a project is due and you really need to get some help, you don't want to be trying this out the first time only to find that you're having problems connecting, or that your headset or your microphone or your webcam isn't working. So you should log into the web conference system once or twice prior to any projects being due, just in case you need to utilize it. So if you have any other questions, you can post the questions in the forum. Other than that, that's the end of this demonstration.